Good morning, 8:37 on WMAL, where Washington comes to talk. I'm Vince Collins alongside Mary Walter.
Hey, good morning to you.
And joining us right now is our friend Tom Fitton. He's the president of Judicial Watch. Always so many things going on with Tom. Tom, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to ask you about something Judicial Watch is involved with in Maryland. A SWAT team shot dead a 21-year-old man during an early morning raid on March 12th. His family... Duncan Lemp is the guy's name, says the police opened fire outside the house and shot him while he was sleeping, and they're seeking access to Bodycam videos to get answers on what exactly went down during the raid. Now, Judicial Watch, your organization, is getting involved in this as well. Tell us about why.
Well, we've sued for the Bodycam videos that the police have of the killing. And I don't understand why they just don't release them. It's been months now. It's back in March that the raid took place that resulted in his death. Supposedly there was a tip he had a gun or guns he's not allowed to have because of prior legal issues, and they went into the house without knocking, as the law allowed and the warrant allowed, it looked like, and shot and killed him. Now, there's a big dispute about what happened. The family says he was lying in bed. The cops said he had a gun, was standing up, and was going towards a space where there were other officers. So They thought they had lawful reasons to shoot him.
Sure.
Well, you've got a big dispute. How do you settle it? Well, maybe the body cam videos can, and I don't understand why they're not released. It undermines confidence in law enforcement. And, of course, the media has been ignoring this because it doesn't fit the race pattern they like, which is a white victim of a no-knock raid by police. Compare and contrast the interest in the Breonna Taylor killing that everyone in the media and the left are talking about.
Yeah, it does seem so easy because as you were telling the story, I was thinking, okay, so this should be pretty easily just resolved by just releasing the body cam videos. You have actually had to file a lawsuit in order to get access to these body cam videos, which seems to be an extraordinary step. When can you expect to get them?
Well, they could give them to us as soon as now, but I don't know if they're going to fight based on the fact there's an investigation going on, which is a reason / excuse not to give them to us. I think, I don't know. My instinct is the police would be interested in releasing these, but prosecutors don't. In the George Floyd case, similarly, we've asked for, though we haven't sued yet, for body cam videos. We haven't gotten them. Portions of them have been leaked in a way that certainly don't help the prosecutor's case in that situation. It's mysterious as to why we're not getting access to these videos, and there's really no practical or lawful reason why we shouldn't be able to.
I just don't get the lack of communication around all of this. Do you know that videos even exist for sure of this nature, body cam footage?
Well, that's a good question. Our understanding is they do, and that can be easily solved in just communicating otherwise with us, but obviously that's not been the case.
This story reminds me of there was a guy in Detroit who police responded to a scene, and this guy pulled a gun on a police officer and pointed it at his head and fired 3 times, and thank the good Lord missed the cop. And the rest of the cops around him opened fire, shooting this guy down. There was a rioting began in Detroit over this death until the police released the footage literally later that night, hours later, and that's what let the air out of that violence. In this particular case, what does it take to get Montgomery County to just release the footage? Do we need violence on the streets in order to compel the release of footage?
No, I doubt, that's going to happen, but what we do need would be a court order.
Yeah.
If the documents exist, or in this case, the footage exists, the court would have to order the release. And contrary to the left and the rioters and the looters and such, Judicial Watch, when they find something objectionable the government does, we figure out what tools the law allows us to pursue to get accountability and justice. And this is the tool available to us under the law. and sometimes it's not as quick as one likes, but it doesn't result in people being harmed.
It's interesting, though, that not a single city council member has requested body cam footage. I would think that based on how divided we are today, that the city council members would want that footage immediately. So they can be the heroes and they can put it out there and would do whatever they want to this. But yet they're oddly silent. So that to me doesn't make any sense. There's something else going on here.
Yeah, I don't know if there are prosecutions and they're going to use that as an excuse not to do anything. But look, the politicians, Duncan Lemp is not the type of victim in a case like this, assuming that he is a victim, that the left likes. He's white. He's alleged to have been involved in, conservative or far-right activities. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But, that to me suggests that you're going to have a group like Judicial Watch do this because there's going to be little political pressure, as Mary points out, or public pressure because the media is not sympathetic to his case. Yeah,
there was an era where the ACLU would stand up for civil liberties no matter who it involved and no matter how noxious their opinions. But they don't do that anymore. So Judicial Watch has to pick up the slack and actually try and get to the bottom of these things. Thank you, Tom Fitton. Thanks, good to have you this morning. A lot of good info.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I hope you succeed in getting more transparency out of our government, as always. 8:43 on WMAL.
Where Washington comes to talk.
This is what's happened in this country today.
Washington's Mall.
This is what we call public service.
105.9 FM, WMAL.